Hello and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my friend Carrington Crothers with us. Carrington, good morning and welcome to the show.
Morning, Kevin. How are you?
Just living a dream. We're going to go in a little different direction today, everyone. We're going to talk about networking. So, Carrington, I want to talk about the creative networking group that you're building. What's the idea behind it?
So I co-founded a creative group about maybe 2 years ago now. It all started with the idea of just having an event where you bring creatives together. So thinking about like different marketing professionals, web designers, photographers, videographers, copywriters, you name it, and just putting us all in a room together. That was literally the base idea, just doing an event. We did this event and everyone's like, when is the next one? And all of a sudden we realized, I'm like, oh wait, we really do have a community here. So myself and a web designer were like, let's see if we have something here. And we learned that creatives have a different way of thinking and talking and communicating that you can't go to a regular networking event and talk shop with.
Yep.
So we basically were like, let's build out this community where you have a bunch of people who have the same mindset and you have similar and shared purpose and values, and you can value that creation process within the industry. So that's kind of where it started, and we're growing it. And really, it's just a local group of creatives to get together, learn from each other, ask questions, share gigs when they have a web designer needs a photographer or this or that, and just help each other like learn and grow their businesses.
I like it tremendously. There's a time and place for, I call them the spray and pray method, of everyone just gets together. But you're facing a lot of the similar challenges. So it's like, okay, how did you get past this? Because, just even valuing your work, it's like, okay, I'm a creative. I need to get paid for my talent. But sometimes I'm afraid to say, well, this is going to cost X because I'm going to get pushback. How do I get
Right.
that pushback? Or like you said, hey, I'm getting called in to build a website, but they don't have quality pictures. Now through this group, I've met Carrington, I built a relationship with her. I'm comfortable with her. I've seen and know her work. I can bring her in. Because that's
Yep.
what's hot for me is bringing people in. You meet someone, you're like, well, I met him at a networking event, but can I trust them enough to bring them
Mhm.
to this client? Because
Right.
especially like, Kev, this is my number one client. We can't mess this up because it's going to be a bad day for me if I mess this up. So
Yep.
what I like about it, you're able to see their work. And like you said, I agree with you because as a non-creative, it's always fun to talk to you all.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, okay, I never saw the world that way. A simple question, I can see that. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, Carrington's going into overdrive now. Like, Carrington, I just said hi.
Right. Exactly.
No, it's okay, but it's really cool. And like I said, as you build those referral sources, it works and stuff. It's just trying to get people to be a team and come together and exchange referrals with each other. And
Right.
so that it works for everybody and stuff. So I
Right.
that's cool. It's definitely a better, in my eyes, clearly a better way to network. It's stunning when I put people in. Like sometimes I'm just like, Carrington, you're chasing the same people. Go chase them together.
Right. Yep.
Like,
I have done that before. There's people in the group where I'm like, do you want to go to this event with me? Because like we're targeting the same people, we complement each other. Why are we not doing this together?
yeah.
Right? So it's just like all about building relationships. Like you said, like so you bring someone in, can you also bring them into your job? Well, maybe, maybe not.
Hmm.
Do you know them well enough? Have you gotten to know them? Did you know them for 2 days?
Yeah.
Right? So when it's local, I mean, you can meet up with each other,
Hmm. Yep.
talk on Zoom.
Hmm.
The group is not just about give me jobs and referrals. It's also about, hey, I have a question. Hey, I don't know what to do in this situation. What are you guys doing for X, Y, or Z?
Hmm.
And instead of saying, hey, I'm a web designer talking to an insurance person about what they do, I can talk to another web designer or another copywriter or somebody who's in the same world as me and get kind of that life advice.
We see the world the same way. To me, that's the true value of the group. Is
Yep.
hey, I know you're a little bit further along. I know you passed this problem. How did you get past it? Because
Yep.
I don't really know, or I think I do, but I want you to tell me I really do. But wait, let me make a mistake and stuff. So now you also are starting a second group. I want to talk about this one because this one's fascinating me. Let's talk a little bit about the product group.
Yep. So when I do mostly product photography, like that's my main niche. And I started to notice after all of my photo shoots, my clients were like, hey, do you know somebody in packaging? Hey, do you know somebody in web? Do you know somebody who can help me with this, that, or the other thing? Right. And I'm like, all right, this is a recurring conversation. So there's a need where brands don't always know where to go. Or they're jumping into other communities and saying, hey, I need somebody. And they're getting a pitch contest of 50 people saying, I can help you. And it's overwhelming.
Mm.
So I was like, why not bring seat service advisors into one group? So one person who does PR, one person who does customer experience, packaging, you name it. And then it's just a group for brands to come in and say, hey, I need help with my customer experience or my 3PL. And they can go in and talk to Joel. They can go in and talk to AJ about marketing, right? And it's not a pitch contest. They don't have to go search for 2 hours on Google and vetting a bunch of websites. They have the resources that they need and they can grow their business in a much more cost-effective way. Instead of hiring 9 individual people, they can jump into an affordable community and just say, hey, I'm going to go talk to Joe.
Yep. I like that immensely because, as you said, from the business owner, it's just overwhelming.
Yep.
Because using packaging, all right, so I need someone who can package this. You got to make sure the packaging is good. It's not going to be on the shelf and fall over. The product's going to come out. But I'm hearing 4 or 5 companies pitch, and I'm like, I don't know who to choose.
Hmm.
Overwhelmed, and my temptation is to get defensive and choose nobody. Like I'm
Right.
overwhelmed. I'm going to have to hold off on this. So I like that you're bringing people in that have been vetted. They have talent, and I can feel safe making that decision because that's what it's all about for me as a business owner, feeling safe making a decision. When I
Right.
don't feel safe, I don't make decisions, and I get
Exactly.
wicked bitchy, and I was like,
Yeah.
Carrington, I don't know what to do and stuff, and it holds me back and stuff. So I really like that idea. It just makes sense to me.
Right. And a lot of brands, when I talk to them, they're like, well, I went to this website, but then I got into a whole sales call.
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't know if they actually have my back or if they're just trying to sell me. And I'm like, all right, well, if we use this concept and this grows, like, it's not a sales contest. It's not a sales pitch. You're just coming in and getting advice and you're getting that mentorship to
Yep.
kind of guide you. And if you decide, hey, I want to work with this person more,
Hmm.
they can do that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
They're not required to either,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's just it's the wholesome thing, do the right thing for the right reason. And like you said, I mean, let's be honest about it. We're hoping you're gonna like what I said and hire me. But if you use that knowledge, putting good karma in the universe, life's gonna be good. So
Right.
Carrington, if people have questions about either of these groups and they want to learn more, what's the best way to do that?
They can either reach out through my website at prospectstreetstudio.com or email me at info@prospectstreetstudio.com. And that's studio with no S and street is spelled out.
Yeah, I did. That was good. I appreciate you coming on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Of course, thanks for having me.